Good morning, class, and welcome to Jesus Time today on this Thursday, where we will be talking about, talking about the feelings that we find in our Bible lesson of the Patient Camels. Let's begin. This is my Bible. I open it wide and learn about Jesus from the words inside. Psalm 56 verses 3 and 4. Do you remember how we do this one? When I am afraid, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. In God whose word I praise. So let's talk about the patient camel. Remember, we drew a picture of a camel and it went all the way from where Joseph was living to Egypt. It had to go all that way. And how do you think you'd feel on that journey? What if you got sold by your family, your brothers or sisters? What if they got rid of you and made you walk with a camel to a new country? I think that would be a very, very, very sad thing. I would probably cry the whole way. That would be so sad. And then when you get to the new country, you have to learn all those new things, and you don't know anybody. I think that would make me feel afraid. But we know that God didn't leave him alone, did he? God was with him every step of the way. And eventually, after years and years, when Joseph was in Egypt and he became very powerful in the country, and he got to take care of so many people when they were running out of food and they were getting them food to eat, he even got to help his family, because his family had to come all the way to Egypt too to get their food, because they didn't have any food either. So they came and they got food from Joseph. And at first they didn't recognize that it was his brother, or was their brother, but then Joseph let them know it was him, and the brothers were afraid. Oh no, we were so mean to him. I bet he's going to be mean to us now. But that's not what Joseph did. God had filled his heart with so much love that Joseph forgave his brothers. He was glad to see them. He even cried happy tears because he was so happy to be with his family again, and he took care of them. He made sure they had food to eat and places to live, and he was very thankful that God gave him a job where he could take care of his family. How do you think the brothers felt about that? That their brother Joseph, who they were mean to, wasn't mean back to them. He showed them love. If I were one of those brothers, I'd be thankful. And I'd probably still feel guilty for the mean choices that I made. But that's too where we can be thankful, because we know that God will forgive us, and our brothers and sisters that have Jesus in their hearts, we know how to forgive too. So we can come together and be thankful for each other again. So that's a lot of emotions in our story, right? Kind of like our road goes up and down and all over the place. The emotions in the lesson are up and down and all over the place. They're mad, they're sad, they're glad, they're thankful. Maybe you've had a day like that too, where you start feeling mad or sad, but then something cheers you up and you feel glad, but then something else might happen and make you mad or sad again. It's hard to have all those emotions come together, isn't it? It can be tiring, but we know that whether we're mad or sad or glad or joyful, God's always with us. Just like he was always taking care of Joseph and his family, God is always, always taking care of us. And we get to share that great news, don't we? We get to tell everybody, just by the way that we live, by the things that we choose to do every day, we can share that great news that God takes care of us so well. And I thought we could close our lesson today with a song about that. We're going to use our one finger Maybe this is one that you know already. I don't know if we've sung it in the classroom yet. This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little gospel light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around my neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you have a great day and let that light shine.